Welcome to Base Watches, where we help you navigate the world of timepieces to find the perfect watch for your collection. In today's episode, we're diving into a budget range that opens up incredible options. The best watches for men under $10,000 in 2025. At this price point, you can expect luxury craftsmanship, iconic designs, and cutting-edge innovations. Whether you're looking for a robust sports watch, a dressy timepiece, or something in between, this list has you covered. Let's get started. The Grand Seiko Evolution 9 GMT is a testament to the brand's dedication to creating exceptional timepieces. Since its establishment in 1960, Grand Seiko has continuously strived for excellence, earning a reputation for producing watches that embody the artistry of Japanese horology. As far as details, the case comes in at 41 mm in diameter and 13.9 mm in thickness. The Evolution 9 GMT now features crown guards that sweep smoothly from the lugs. In essence, the case retains the design language from the Evolution 9 dress pieces, but now provides some utility for more active pursuits. Water resistance of 100 meters and a sapphire crystal help support that utility. As far as other hints that these GMT watches are part of the Evolution 9 family, take notice of the bold applied indices. They're similar in shape, if not a tad beefier than those found on the dressier pieces. No matter which of the Grand Seiko Evolution 9 GMT models interests you, the cases come in high-intensity titanium with a matching bracelet that includes a push-button release. Additionally, there's a fixed titanium 24-hour external bezel with black numerals. When looking at the dials, the power reserve indicator is prominent yet smooth in its execution. That tells us that these watches are powered by a spring-drive movement. They utilize the 9R66, which has 72 hours of power. Fans of real GMTs will like that the hour hand can be adjusted in jump fashion via the crown. A date window sits at 3 o'clock, and critics can rejoice that the date wheel is colored to match the dial. In conclusion, the Grand Seiko Evolution 9 GMT stands as a shining example of Japanese watchmaking mastery. The Glassbox successfully combines the old and new. The watch manages to evoke the original while still looking like a modern watch rather than a remake. The raised tachymeter scale and domed crystal serve to give the watch a visual depth that vintage originals lack. That said, essential elements from the vintage original have been ported over to the new design, like the typography on the tachymeter scale and applied markers, for instance. Importantly, the Glassbox is smaller than most other comparable Carrera models, with a case that's just 39 mm in diameter. The size suits the vintage-inspired design, although the watch still remains noticeably thick as a result of the movement. The Glassbox is powered by the CALIBRE TAG Heuer 20, an in-house movement developed by Carol Forestier-Casapi, the head of movement development at TAG Heuer. It's essentially a new and improved version of the Heuer 02, the brand's long-standing chronograph movement. Amongst the upgrades is bidirectional winding. The TAG Heuer 20 movement is a modern caliber that boasts both a column wheel and vertical clutch, while its power reserve is a generous 80 hours. In its price segment, the TAG Heuer 20 is certainly a capable movement, although it is plainly industrial when seen through the open back. The Carrera chronograph Glassbox embodies the spirit of the original Carrera from 1963, but presents it in a modernized, appealing package. The Rolex Submariner was originally developed as a purpose-built professional diver's watch, intended to cater specifically to the scuba diving community. When it hit the market in 1953, the Submariner was the first wristwatch in the world capable of offering users a water resistance rating of up to 100 meters. Even though the Rolex Submariner is a tool watch at heart, Rolex knows it is a luxury item today. So there are little things here and there meant for looks more than for function. A good example is the sapphire crystal. Rolex applies a coat of AR on the bottom of the crystal, but not on the top. This allows for the top of the crystal to be reflective and sort of makes it more shiny to onlookers. This is arguably a design decision by Rolex to make their products stand out more. It works too. The Rolex Submariner case has changed very little over the years, but each improvement is welcome. The current size of the Rolex Submariner is 40 mm wide, but it wears large for that size. This is because of the lug structure. I would say that the piece wears closer to a 42 mm wide watch. Originally designed as a commercial diver's watch in the 1950, the Rolex Submariner today has a water resistance of 300 meters and a design that is incredibly similar to the original. The Rolex Submariner is powered by the brand's self-winding Calibre 3135 movement. Like other modern Rolex movements, the Calibre 3135 is designed and built entirely in-house by Rolex and is designed for precision and reliability above all else. The Oris Big Crown PROPILOT X Calibre 115 is a distinctive addition to the brand's aviation-inspired PROPILOT collection. Oris's commitment to both tradition and contemporary design is evident in this timepiece, reflecting the brand's independence and passion for craftsmanship. At a diameter of 44 millimeters, the PROPILOT X is big, and it looks like that. If worn on a small wrist, it could look awkward, but the case is comparably thin 12.5 millimeters, and the PROPILOT X is one of those watches that comfortably nestle to your wrist. The usage of titanium as a material for the complete case and bracelet results in a watch that is much lighter than it looks. The PROPILOT X and the in-house Calibre 115 work hand in glove as the case of the watch was designed and built around the movement itself. The manual Win Calibre 115 is left mostly galvanized and in varying shades of gray with gears breaking it up here and there. Really, the entire point of having this open-worked movement is to show off that barrel and mainspring at 12 o'clock. As the mainspring unwinds, the non-linear power reserve indicator gradually moves downward past the unevenly spaced days. The lower the power reserve gets, the more space those days get on the indicator. It's neat to consider that the rate of speed of the power reserve hand changes. Though the Calibre 115 has a 10-day power reserve, it can run for up to a couple of days beyond that number, albeit with notably compromised accuracy. In conclusion, the Oris Big Crown PROPILOT X Calibre 115 is a testament to Oris's ability to blend aviation-inspired design with cutting-edge watchmaking technology. The latest generation of the El Primero family of movements is the Calibre 3600 seen in this watch. A few changes to the El Primero movement design have granted Zenith access to an entirely new range of timing options. For the Calibre 3600, Zenith changed which wheels drive the movement and the chronograph. Now, the chronograph is being driven directly by the escape wheel when running, and with the balance wheel oscillating at 5 Hz rather than the usual 4, an innovative set of gearing ratios allows the Chronomaster Sport to measure 1/10 of a second without the need for a second balance wheel and escapement assembly. Let's move on to the other half of this watch's contentious part, the case and the bracelet. The case measures 41 meters in diameter and 13.6 millimeters in thickness. It was a comfy size to wear and fitted my larger wrists well. I think this watch will fit both smaller and larger wrists as mine mint relative ease. Even though the pushers stick out a little far, it's nothing to be concerned about. The case has had nearly every surface polished. Sometimes this doesn't work on a watch, and it makes it seem a little too conspicuous, but I think the black ceramic bezel is enough to break it up. Also, the lugs tops are brushed like the bracelet's external links, which works nicely. In conclusion, the Zenith El Primero Chronomaster is a masterpiece that encapsulates the brand's heritage and innovation.